Hi, we're Ailey and Daniel for Design Break, and today we're going to talk about the importance of a website to your business.
So this is going to be a three-part series. Today we're going to talk about how important a website is for your type of business. And then in the next two videos, we're going to talk about the boxes that your website should tick and what work you might need to do to improve it.
As designers, I think it can be quite easy to fall into the assumption that every business needs a website, but I don't think that's always the case.
Yeah, I think website importance definitely varies depending on the type of business. So there's some types of business that can be very successful without a website or without a good website, and then some other businesses where it's vitally important.
Yeah, especially with social media, people can use that just from their phones to market their business, or there's like third-party sites like Deliveroo for restaurants and stuff like that. So we're kind of going to get into this scale of importance of a website to your business and try and help you work out how important a website is for your business and how much you should budget to spend on it.
So on one end of the scale, we have businesses that might find it better to invest their money elsewhere. So if they only have a really limited budget to spend on marketing, then websites can be quite expensive. For example, let's take a hotel. To have a booking function in there and to have all the different rooms listed with different functions for booking different types of room, that type of website can be quite expensive to build. So unless you have a big budget to build a nice website like that, the money might be better spent on a social media marketing campaign, since probably you're going to be on an online booking website that will be able to handle the bookings for you, like a third party like TripAdvisor or who else?
Or like Airbnb, even for the smaller places.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is true for a lot of different business types. So if you're selling a really high-end experience, like a really bespoke service, obviously you want to invest more in your website, because the third-party websites like TripAdvisor, Deliveroo, Airbnb kind of whitewash your brand a little bit, and they take that away from it, and you kind of just almost get lost in a sea of other businesses. So if you want to go for that really high-end experience, then you should probably invest more in your website.
As well as having a much more on-brand experience, you can also build trust and gain better credibility with a nicely designed website.
So you can build your brand and build trust and that connection through social media, and then use third-party websites for the functionality side. But I think it's always a good investment, if you can afford it, to have a website, especially if you want to sell that high-end experience and sort of build your brand that way. And it also can work as like a central hub of information. So if you've got a menu that you want to have one central place for, that kind of thing.
So then we move on to businesses where the website is pretty much essential to operations, and you're going to want to allocate a larger budget to the website build. So starting with the obvious one would be online shopping and building an e-commerce platform to sell your product.
Yeah, so obviously you've got like Etsy and eBay and Amazon and platforms like that where you can sell your products. But if you really want to build your brand and have that high-end experience, you probably want to have your own website.
Yeah, it gives you total control over the sales experience. And I guess it depends on what the product is, whether you want that, how you want to market that.
Yeah, so again, I guess it comes back to the importance and budget scale again. So if you don't have the budget for a website yet, you can get started on those third-party platforms and then invest in your website once you're ready.
And if it's a new product, there's always Kickstarter or Indiegogo and those kinds of crowdfunding, which is a whole separate thing.
Yeah. So not just relating to online shopping, I think browsing is a big part of the online experience. So with shops like Etsy and even Kickstarter for getting your product sort of off the ground, people really like to browse and learn more. And if you've got your own website, you're kind of keeping them in that ecosystem and they're sort of learning more about your product and your brand. But if it's on Etsy or something like that, they're more likely to sort of explore other brands and sort of just go away and forget about your brand. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Functionality is another consideration. So the more complicated functionality is on the website, the more expensive it's probably going to be. So things like taking bookings online, videos and courses, a membership system, that kind of thing, is going to increase your need for a high budget for your website, but then it's going to also increase your sort of offering and that kind of thing.
If that's how you're going to deliver your product to your customers, then that's basically essential, which makes the website super important in this situation.
Yeah, I think really summing everything up, it all ties back to sort of that brand appeal and building trust in your customers. So if you really want to sell that high-end experience and sort of have a bespoke experience and build your brand up, it really is a good idea to invest more in your website. But if you're just getting started out, you can get away with using third-party websites. The only problem with that is you're kind of just the small guy in a big field of other people trying to sell the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you're really building something that you want to last, then the right way to do it is to have your own brand ecosystem that your customers can get invested in. And the way to do that, like Haley's mentioned there, is with your own website and your own stuff going on.
Yeah, I guess if you're doing that, obviously you're still going to have your social media where you can sort of promote yourself, and then you could even still have your products on those third-party websites while you gain recognition.
So yeah, in conclusion, I guess you'll need to work out where your business sits on this scale, whether you have the budget to do the website right, if you're in one of those businesses where there are other ways to promote your business, like in the hotel industry or restaurants and catering. Or if you are on the other end of the scale where the website is essential and you're going to need to allocate a budget for that to really get your customers to invest in your brand. If you want to leave us a comment below, letting us know a little bit about your business, we can maybe help with where you should position yourself on that scale. But that's been it for this video.
Stick around for part 2 and part 3.
Yes, coming next week and then the following week, every Thursday at 4 p.m. And we'll see you in the next one.